Welcome to this week's Security Report. I'm Paul McAdam. Thanks for joining us. On September 4, 16 ranks from the Guyana Police Force completed the Drug Abuse Resistance Education or DARE program at the Officers Training Center, Camp Road, Ivleary, Georgetown. The training was facilitated by retired Woman Deputy Superintendent Ingrid Wilshire, Assistant Superintendent Delon Fraser, and included ranks from the various departments and divisions. Some of the topics covered including the effects of mind-altering drugs, the consequences of drug use, ways to say no, gang violence, and public speaking. DARE will be a 17-week program taught in schools as part of their curriculum to reduce drug use and violence. On September 6, ranks from the Force's newly promoted course number 3 of 2019 donated monies and school supplies to Unika Lewis, a stay-at-home mother of 6 children. A collective decision was made by the ranks to make the donation to Lewis after a community outreach in Beirut village on the east coast of Demerara. The ranks, along with Superintendent Khalil Mandal and Assistant Superintendent Kemraj Shevbaran with Inspector Hattie Anthony, conducted the outreach where they met and interacted with residents of the community. Lewis thanked the ranks for the timely and much-needed donation and indicated that it would benefit her family significantly. The Guyana Police Force congratulates Lance Corporal 22536 Tavon Cameron on his accomplishment at the Association Board of Royal School of Music, where he gained a distinction in both the practical and theoretical aspect in the trumpet Grade 3 course. On September 8, at a small ceremony at the National Cultural Center, he was awarded with his certificate and trophies. The Traffic Department on September 9 launched a remedial driving program for ranks who were involved in force accidents for this year. The new 2-week initiative is one that will be conducted at the traffic headquarters under the guidance of Traffic Chief Senior Superintendent Lyndon Isles. Ranks will go through the practical and theoretical aspects of driving. They will cover topics such as defensive driving, principles of steering and cornering, traffic signs, signals, and markings, to name a few. A monitoring system will evaluate ranks upon completion of the course, and if they are involved in other accidents and found to be at fault, their force permit to drive could be revoked. The Guyana Police Force on September 11 commenced the 4th meeting of the Guyana-Brazil Joint Commission on Police Cooperation and Working Groups on Drugs. The high-level meeting was hosted at the Officers Training Center, Camp Road, and lasted for 2 days. During the course of the meeting, there were consultations between the Commissioner of Police, acting, Nigel Hoppy, DSM, representatives of the Ministry of Legal Affairs, the Guyana Revenue Authority, the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit, and of course the delegation from Brazil headed by Deputy Head of Mission of the Embassy of Brazil, Paulo Silas. Suicide is not an option. Those were the words of Ms. Bonita Montag, the founder of the United Bridge Builders Mission, Incorporated. On September 12, she conducted a lecture in observance of World Suicide Prevention Day at the Tactical Services Unit to raise awareness about suicide and how members of the force can play their part in helping to prevent this. UBBM is a non-governmental organization with a mission to minimize hunger, poverty, the spread of HIV, with a focus on prevention from discrimination and violence against women and youth. They're also doing their part in the fight against suicide locally. World Suicide Prevention Day is observed annually on September 10. Now for some highlights from the Guyana Defense Force. The 2019 GDF bursaries have been awarded to 25 children of members of the uniformed and civilian personnel of the GDF. The awards were presented to the youth at the auditorium of Base Camp Guyana on September 5, and they were charged to continue reaching for excellence. Inspector General Colonel Trevor Bowman emphasized that this was the beginning of an important journey for them, and their education was geared towards their future development and that of the nation. Paraphrasing Malcolm X, he noted that education is their passport to the future. Guyana People's Militia's ranks have been deployed to Majin, Region 8, Pataro Siperuni, to assist residents in the reconstruction of their homes and schools. This followed high winds which hit the community on Friday last. The 50-minute squall resulted in structural damage to several buildings. Ranks are on the ground assisting in returning normalcy to the lives of those affected. They're being assisted by those from the Civil Defense Commission. The Guyana People's Militia also dethroned Defense Headquarters to claim the title of Champion Unit when the finals of the GDF 2019 Inter-Unit Athletics Championship concluded at the sports ground at base camp in Guyana on September 6. DHQ finished in second place, whilst base camp in Guyana finished third. Private Joshua Jones of DHQ copped the champion male title, whilst it was reservist Eureka Williams of GPM and Tanisha Court of base camp in Guyana tying for the champion female title. Former Force Sergeant Majors, Warrant Officers Class 1 Lennox Hardy and Joseph Holligan were among the 20 retired warrant officers and senior NCOs who were dined out at base camp in Guyana on Thursday, September 5 last. Others were similarly honored, included WO1 William Arthur, WO2 H. Wills, Staff Sergeants R. Bob Eklund Walters, Richard Small, and Agri Reynolds, Senior Petty Officer Wilton Jeffers, Sergeant Steve George, C. Caesar, Dilbert Charge, Kim Callistro, Bertnell Blair, Michael Trotman, Kirk Maxwell, Lloyd Sam, and Carl Kerr, along with Petty Officers Navindra Luknot and Alvin Williams. Between them, the retired officers and senior NCOs have given more than 400 years of service to the GDF and Guyana. Chief of Staff Brigadier Patrick West thanked the retirees for their service to the force and to the nation. Sergeant Odessa Fraser was the best graduating student of the Platoon Sergeant's course for 2019-02, which concluded September 10 at Jaguar Lecture Hall of the GDF Training Corps at Base Camp Stevenson. The runner-up student was Sergeant Samuel Waldron. Others were presented awards, included Sergeant Clive Etwaria, Best Military Knowledge and Best Drill, Sergeant Kevin Adams for Best Fitness, and Sergeant Acting Manolo Thorne, Best Shot. Now for this week's wanted list. Keon David is wanted by the police for questioning in relation to the murder committed on Kurt Anthony Duncan on July 29, 2019 at Cetus Bar, Station Street, Katy, Georgetown. Anyone with information that may lead to the arrest of Keon David is asked to contact the police on telephone numbers 226-1389, 226-7476, 226-7065, 226-6221, 911, or the nearest police station. Also wanted is Tion Allen, known as Spoiled Child, in relation to an attempted murder committed on Dennis Grant and Tiffany MacDeath on the 2nd of September at Linden. Anyone with information that may lead to his arrest, that is Tion Allen, also known as Spoiled Child, is asked to contact the police on telephone numbers 226-6978, 225-8196, 444-3512, 444-3297-911, or their nearest police station. That's it for this week's Security Report. Goodbye.